going on, Guardians? I'm Shadow, and I'm going to hopefully help you out on your quest for the Platinum. For your class setup, I prefer using the Deathsinger Warlock. I think it's the easiest. And if you're using your lock, you want to get the Sunbreakers. That extra nade length is going to make the lamp part that much easier. I can't make that gap jump with my lock, so I have to leg it, and that's what I'm going to do for this video. Right here, I'd recommend putting on a weapon that at least has Firefly, although it would definitely be beneficial to put on a sniper rifle that also had Firefly, just so you wouldn't have to reload if you got in a tough spot. Actual class setup, first grenade, you want to sit on the ground, burn up those thralls. Your booster is up to you. I like momentum the best. Take off the radiance. You'd have forgotten it had I not said it, and instead opt for the super that makes you take less damage. Melee, it's vital to put on that solar shield. You want to punch and get that shield, especially on the first part of the lamps. Perk wise, it's all about agility. Shield doesn't overly matter. Put on Radiant Will so you can throw more grenades during your super, and make sure you have the double nade, and you're good to go. Ignore me playing around with the sword. I watched Titan do a sweet speed run where he just sword slashed all the way through the first part, and I have no idea how he did it. Next thing I want to be excused for is my atrocious accuracy throughout this entire thing. It was almost like I didn't know how to shoot. So just forgive me for that. I'm not always off point, but when I am, it's when I decide to make a video. I think probably the most frustrating thing is I've made this drop right here so many times and I die probably 60% of the time. I'm proud of myself for making it right there. I'm not quite sure what I do that messes me up, but obviously I'm doing something wrong. Now the most boring part of the whole thing. Let your supercharge. It's going to take a bit, but it'll take that much pressure off of you knowing that you have it right off the bat. Good time to double check your weapon and class setup. Make sure you have that Firefly weapon on. Preferably if you have something with +2 agility on it also would be perfect. A good example of a weapon to use here is the Icebreaker, because it has that +2 option and it has Firefly. But if not, if you got the Hung Jury from Dead Orbit, you should be fine. So I'm just gonna dance until I get my super up. And try not to walk away from your controller, because like right there, that thrall had some balls and he came for me and sadly made me use my melee. So even once my super's up, if my punch isn't there yet, I'm gonna have to wait, which is what I end up doing. You're about to run right into those 2 to 4 exploding thralls that I know you all know about. You want that extra melee shield. Something I usually do, but I don't know if it actually matters. I'll jump on that rock on the right and I'll start picking some stuff off, especially the cursed thralls, but it doesn't seem like it overly helps because there's still always exploders there, so I feel like it spawns more, probably. Have not confirmed, haven't watched enough videos on how to do the flawless to see if somebody else talks about it. I do my thing, I let them do their thing. And you're good to go. First draw you see, punch that bastard. Get that shield up so you can truck it through this next part. I only had 3. There's usually an exploder waiting right here by that lamp for me. Obviously, you know to jump up on that rock, get your stacks. I kind of messed up, fell into a little hole, but it worked out. As long as you're off the ground, you're safe. Say the most important thing for this entire lamp part is stay calm. If you start getting excited, you're gonna mess up. I mean, that's good for this whole raid. Just relax and go at your own pace. Don't try to keep up with how I'm doing the lamps. I run them differently every time. It just depends on the situation, on what I need to do to stay alive. It's like right here, normally I'll go super just so I can start tossing them, but I killed enough that I didn't need to use it that time. This is where Firefly really comes in handy. I'm picking those guys off. Don't be ashamed if you have to make a pit stop at each lamp, every other lamp. You gotta do it at your pace. You know, you don't have to do it, post a video, and then worry about people making fun of you. No one has to know how you did it. They'll just know that you did it. And that's all you need. Sometimes that knight's a real bastard, but luckily this time he was off to the left a little more instead of directly in my path, but I pretty much had to soup up so that way I can make sure he got dropped before he could do any real damage. And right here, I still had plenty of time on my special. I still had some thralls. I could have dropped nades, but I wanted to make sure I had those back because they are the most important thing in this whole part. They're what keeps you alive. That and the melee shield, but predominantly the grenades. You know how it goes. Another thing I didn't really say, I just figured it went without saying, but make sure you have your stats up so you get your grenade back hella fast, and preferably get your super up fast. I would go with whatever armor's got your intellect discipline maxed out. If you can only have one though, go for grenades, but super just makes it that much easier. You want to hit the lamp on the right. I didn't. I panicked because I messed up, but luckily it ended up working out for me because I was kind of screwed. I didn't even have a grenade right there. It wasn't cool, but I had to stay calm because that's, like I said, that's the only way to get through this. Don't get in your head. Jump up to safety and just hang out and wait for that ogre. As far as ad killing, I've heard from a couple other videos not to kill them because you're more likely to spawn in acolytes with guns or knights that got guns. So it's best to just hang out up there. You're safe. Just leave them alone. They'll leave you alone. And just patiently wait. Sometimes what I'll do for this part is I'll usually have my icebreaker. I just chose not to use it this time. Switch out your icebreaker for a shotgun once it's at max ammo, so that way you have a little bit for the next part. I do end up switching my perk so I can get my armor up a little more. It's not the most vital because you're relatively safe the way I do it, but I'm kind of lucked out that I did it this way because I do mess up. You can fall through that bridge, so jump carefully. Try not to land right on any of the holes. Unless you're just feeling like a badass and you can do what you want. This is another good time to just stop, wait, catch your breath, congratulate yourself, you got through the thrall part, no problem, and get ready for, honestly, the hardest part in this whole thing, and that's this ridiculous bridge jump. And pardon my fail right there. It happens. Best way to make the jump, try to look about where I did. If you look too high, you're not going to have the distance. Too low, you're not going to get the height. Practice this part for a few hours just until you're completely comfortable, because it would suck if you felt like you were ready, you come in, you fly through the thrall part, and then you just whiff it on the bridge, and it pretty much ruins your chances because you're already down on yourself. It's one of the few times I would tell you to do it exactly like I do, because I can make it, I would say 90% of the time, I will make it across the bridge just fine, looking exactly where I did. There are definitely faster ways to kill the ogre for this part, but I like being safe behind the wall. I don't mind a couple extra minutes of waiting. It's not actually a couple extra minutes, but you know what I mean. I even mess up right here and almost die thanks to my terrible accuracy. It's right here, once this ogre gets going, I just keep missing. And he's about to punish me for it. Thralls kept getting in my way, I couldn't land the final shot on him. This other one's definitely easier. He literally just stands there and takes it. He doesn't really try to fight you. And boom! Hardest part of the whole thing done. Seriously, the rest has so little pressure to it, no sketchy jumps, and you're not literally running for your life. Whew. Alright, if you die on this part, just give up. You can't handle it. So, no, but seriously, just back up to the door each time you kill one of those. And the bolts can't hurt you. Don't try to play chicken with them and dodge at the last second just to be cutesy. There's no need for it. I'm actually glad that I end up messing up so many times trying to get on top of this, because it's just going to help me reiterate my point that you got to stay calm no matter what happens, because every time you run this, it's not going to be exactly the same. Something's going to be slightly different, and like right there, I cannot get on top of that. Got swarmed, but I just flew out. Checked myself, cleared it out, came back in. now is generally the time that I would switch to a rocket launcher and just farm the thralls till I have the full ammo. But I wanted to try my sword out on the wizards for the Deathsinger part, just to see how well it worked. I'm using the Dark Drinker. It would, honestly, it would be better to use one of the other two, but it's my favorite, so I'll do what I want. It's also, the Dark Drinker is best for night control if I started to get swarmed or something. I felt the most comfortable having it on. So you can use your flame shield like I did right there, or just not even worry about it, because you're safe getting through there. But you know, you've done this 100 times. It's the next part that usually gets to you, and that's because you let yourself get in your own head. I probably attempted this raid 100 times before I was able to do it by myself. It's honestly, it's a little ridiculous. It's not as hard as it seems. But most important thing, stay calm right now. Even when you're running up on this wizard, don't worry about it. Even like right there, I messed up. I almost died. But I just got to the closest thing off the ground so I could get away from those knights. Just had to stay focused. Rocket launcher is definitely better to use right there. You gotta be careful because that witch will fly right in your face. Witch wizard, same thing. Don't correct me. I don't care. I didn't trust my sword anymore. I had to go shotgun because I didn't want it to take forever. Not that it overly matters, because you can take your time on this part. You don't have to worry about anything until she starts her liturgy. Liturgy. I'm not even sure. Definitely switch back to your rocket launcher for ear youth though. I couldn't imagine trying to use a sword on her. Maybe the bolt caster would work pretty well. Raise lighter, probably, because you can do that sweet uppercut move. But go left side, clear out the ads. Kind of hope that you don't make her shake and bake too much, so that way she stays relatively out in the open of the corridor. Because you want to make sure that you can try to hop on something on the side in case you start to get rushed by a lot of enemies. But as soon as she goes, just get ready. I used my super right there, so I got that little bit of take less damage. I didn't overly need it so much this time, but it is usually a plus. Try to jump rocket, because you know those thralls are going to sneak up on me. Like right there, had I not been flying, I probably would have blew myself up, got pissed, turned the game off, accepted that I couldn't do it. But you got this. I don't fully understand this part. I feel like I have to kill way more stuff than I need to, but I don't want any extra ads, so I'm not just trying to rush back in there and start it up. Right there, I just got a text from my friend saying that he was getting on, and I did not want him to jump in and ruin it for me. So I would recommend, if you're trying to do this solo, put your fire team to close, because it will cancel out the chance at it if somebody joins you partway through. Even if they join you once you already spawned in at the very beginning, it will hurt your chances to get it. I am almost always on playing something. It might not be Destiny, but you can feel free to add me. I'm more than happy to help you try to get this for yourself. I don't want to do it with like a full 6-man fire team, because that's just a lot more people that we're trying to get to do the bridge jump or something. We can do it legit with that many people, but there's just that much more risk involved. I'd rather do it with a 3-man fire team tops, as in I'm one of those 3. Primarily on PlayStation. I do have an Xbox account. I don't have the Sunbreakers, so I would have to pair up with you if you were able to do that first lamp jump. So, I mean, you can get through it without the Sunbreakers at the start, but it makes it a lot easier, and I'm a lot more comfortable if I have them. Or if you have them, that's fine too. Once again, almost mess up, die. It would have been terrible, because the easiest part of this whole thing is dropping him. It probably is the one thing that's holding you back. You probably get smacked in the face every time, but that's because your timing to jump at him is off. It's always, you're getting there too late, you're trying to get that extra swing in. That's why you're losing. It's not because of stuff, it's you're psyching yourself out. Here comes a beautiful display of my precision. Also, anybody who watches this, I want a good shotgun for trials, because I'm usually a sniper, but I'm trying to get more into the rush tactic. So, you know, if you play trials, you got a shotgun that's real good perk roll, let me know. Let me know how you get it. Obviously, I can Google it, but save me the trouble. Yeah, that would be awesome. If you're good at trials and you wanna carry me to the lighthouse, that would be awesome. I've only been one time, and that was the second week that trials was even a thing. And it's kind of sad. I'm not gonna pay you. I think that's kind of ridiculous. And you don't honestly have to carry me. I can pull my own weight. I'm not gonna say I get bad teammates, but I get the teammates that once they mess up once, they're junk for the rest of the time, and it just takes us down. I keep getting to probably 7 wins in a row, is my average now, and I just get stomped. right here before you even step on that platform, you want to put on your Dragon's Breath. I messed up. I forgot to load it into my guy before I started, so I gotta take a second, use the app, find it. I don't think light level matters in the slightest here, but I do infuse it with my 325 because I already got this one's stats maxed out just from using multi-lights on it. But you don't need to. It's probably definitely better to use a year 2 one versus a year 1. But I can't tell you for certain. I don't test that kind of stuff. I just use whatever's strongest and pray that it's helping me do more damage. Then do not forget to pop a synth. Make sure you have full ammo just in case you mess up. Tuck yourself back in this corner and get ready, because you're about to beat this in 3 minutes. Even if you can't figure out the precise timing on when this wall's coming down, like I miss all the time, try and get a nade up there because it'll stop those acolytes from getting a little closer, trying to get those pot shots. Might even luck out like I did right there and move some of them over to the left just so I can take them out, take less hits. Again, another display of my beautiful accuracy. It's nerve-wracking every time I do it. I get so much adrenaline that I can't focus on precision because I'm just focused on how much other stuff I need to kill every time. For the Swordbreaker, I find it's best to just bait him, try to get to that staircase. You're gonna get less shots from Crota, and the Thralls have that leash. Obviously, you probably already know that. You're just hoping my video shows you that one other thing that you needed to get through here. Swordbearer can be a real pain in the ass sometimes though, but he'll always come back to you. And then get ready, because it's as simple as one rocket, one grenade, he's going down, get some swings on him. As soon as you drop that nade, get up there, because it's all about timing. You want to try and get 4 swings tops. Don't try to get fancy. You don't gotta take him down in 1. You gotta play it safe. Right there, I should have went away because I took too much time on that sword bearer. So he started to move. Don't even bother when he's on that side, because it is 100 times more risky than the normal way. Trying to get the precise timing, flying up there right, hoping you don't fall down. It's just not worth it. Just play it safe, clear stuff out. It's a good time to calm yourself down, relax, because you got this. I mean, he's almost gone right now. Just wait on him to start working his way back around. As soon as you see him start to be on the move, go ahead and find that sword bearer, drop him as quick as you can. To give you a little extra time with the sword in case you need it, because most of you're going to be scared right now. You're going to try to play back a little bit. Get 2 swings and then run away, but just do the same method as last time and you're fine. As soon as he starts to go down, jump up there and teach this bastard a lesson. Bam! You are now a registered badass. Make sure you do a cool pose so your trophy screen cap looks that much sweeter. And awesome. Good job. I'm proud of you.